What's up? What's happening? It's a solo show today. And me, Phil. He's going to join in the room, I think, in a little bit. But you're stuck with me. All the boys are out. We're going to talk draft. We're going to talk the whole NBA draft. It was a little bit of a dud. Got a little crazy towards the second half. First half was pretty predictable. There were no trades, shams. Kind of a big loser, warning us. Trades, don't go to sleep. It was nothing. I guess the Pelicans. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Phil is going to basically be my second chair here.
Yep.
Whole time. But yeah, initial thoughts. There's a lot of ways to go with it to start. I mean, like, the top half, I guess Ace Bailey we'll start with, right? Because Cooper goes 1. Only notable thing about Cooper is he said he's looking forward to face Jason Tatum next year. So I'm not sure he knows that Tatum blew out his Achilles. Second pick, Harper. I think we all knew that. Third pick was Edgecombe, which seemed like more of a certainty as
they were all kind of locks, like those top three. The only way Philly wasn't taking Edgecombe was if someone tried to move up.
Right.
And I think they always wanted their guy.
Right. And then, Con Kneppel became, he was like, minus 1,000, I think, as the week started to go top 5. He goes to the Hornets. I like Con Kneppel a lot. I wish he went anywhere but the Hornets. I hate what the Hornets, they just have no chance to do anything. And then Ace Bailey finally goes at 5. And that's kind of where the draft starts, right? Because we start the day where we hear he doesn't want to go to the Wizards or Hornets. Sorry, the Jazz or Hornets. Mm-hmm. And then the Jazz just take him. I like the move by the Jazz.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Like you can't dictate where you're going if you're like not like the number 1 pick. And even then, like, I don't know, it's a stretch. I think it was just a power play attempt as best they can from Bailey's camp to be like, hey, let's go where we really want. But like, if what are we gonna do? Once a team drafts us, we got to play there. So the Jazz ended up taking Walter Clayton later on. I like those picks. Like, I don't know, that's a little, if they can find something with Bailey there with the shooting, like I don't know. I credit to the Jazz for not like backing down and like catering to Ace Bailey, like.
And Daryl Morey also said that did no workouts, played zero role in them not picking Bailey. It's like that's bullshit. Fake.
He was going third. I feel like if he worked out. Although, I mean, I think Edgecombe's going to be really, really good for them. Mm-hmm. And I love the interview with Edgecombe. Like, he checks so many boxes. And I feel like Philly is in an interesting spot. Like, I don't know where they could be really, really fucking good or a train wreck again.
Well, it all depends on Embiid's health.
Right. It's like the variance with them is crazy. But Edgecombe, great pick. Trey Johnson, like that for the Wizards. Knockdown shooter. They can use it. I had something on Trey Johnson, then now I'm blanking on. What was the Trey Johnson tidbit I have? I can't remember. That he doesn't care about anything but basketball. He has no hobbies.
That's the exact guy you want on a team.
I fucking love that. He doesn't like watch TV, movies. He has no interest in going out, drinking. It's all basketball. That's like, sure, he has some worries about, whether he can like attack the rim and all that. He's a knockdown shooter. He's pretty polished, like, from the outside. That's a nice pick there. I like it's tough to like what the Wizards are doing. I like what the Wizards did there. 7 is where we start to go off the rails.
Yeah, what did the Pelicans do last night?
I don't know if there's any plan what the Pelicans are doing. None. And obviously, we start the day, right, with McCollum getting traded to the Wizards. They're getting back Poole and some other stuff. Mm-hmm. Fears is a nice player. By the way, very funny that 2 players, Stephen A. Smith. Let's sidetrack a little bit. The ESPN coverage is abysmal.
Yes,
it is so bad.
It used to have Jalen Rose and Bill Simmons. They'd know everything.
I know people like to shit on Simmons. He was so fucking good with the draft.
He was funny.
He would at least research the guys.
Yeah,
bro. On ESPN is Kendrick Perkins, and on ABC is Stephen A. Smith. I can't escape these guys. I don't want to hear from these people.
They did not watch a single college basketball game other than the Final Four.
No, Stephen A. Smith liked 2 people in the draft. He liked Walter Clayton Jr. Why? Because he was in the Final Four. So he watched the Final Four. He watched the last 2 games of the tournament. And he likes Jeremiah Fears because he saw a few highlights of him attacking the rim and thinks he's Kyrie Irving. Those are the only 2 guys that Stephen A. Smith likes.
He definitely didn't watch Dylan Harper play at Rockies.
No fucking shot. He watched Cooper Flag. Great. Like I'm not crowning you for watching Cooper Flag. But yeah, those are the two guys. But the ESPN coverage is brutal. The best, actually, Shams tweeted out, the best guys were on ESPN radio.
Yeah.
Those were the best. It was it Alan Hahn? Was it Alan Hahn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
PJ Carlesimo. There's a few other guys. But it's like, oh, I want to hear from those people. Was Reese Davis part of this at all?
I think so.
Maybe he was radio?
I think he was probably radio.
He wasn't, like, Reese Davis should be commanding this thing.
I just don't get how we have the NBA draft. We just have people that didn't watch college basketball as, like, the main people. It's good to have a color, like, one color guy, but, like, Stephen A. and Kendrick Perkins can't be dominating rooms.
It's so bad, man. I mean, I want to hear from Billis, but then I got to steal with Stephen A. I don't want to do that. Or was it Perkins? I forget. It was bad no matter what. One other sidetrack. How are we still fucking up the hats?
It makes no sense.
It's silly. It is silly to hear, like, as a complaint. But it's really stupid and confusing because, like, don't these guys, like, want to, like, look back at this night as, like, memorable photo with silver? Why are we just making them wear the wrong hat? Kevin Durant got traded a week ago. And, like, the pick that was used in that, like, we know that pick's going somewhere else.
It's like, oh, it's not official till July 6th. Like, why do we have to wait that long? Why can't we just have common sense and be like, oh, Malowatch's playing for the Phoenix Suns? Just put the fucking Suns hat on.
Yeah, he's got a Rockets hat on. Dude, what are we doing? Like, it's so...
It's how we get those images of, like, maybe just to make fun of, like, Luka with a Hawks hat or Trey with a Mavs hat. Maybe we just have those funny images, but it's like, on draft night, it's confusing as fuck.
So the reason is because the year starts, like, what, in a week or something?
The league year starts July.
That's what I mean. So, move the year up, move the start of the year up, or move the draft back to fix this. If it's really, like, if you really can't finagle it, you got to change it. Because it's nonsense. It's also really hard to keep track. Mm-hmm. You text your buddies in a group chat, and you're like, I'm Walter Clayton Jr. going to OKC. I forget what it was. Maybe it was, Clifford. Clifford going to OKC. And I was like, damn, that's a nice fit for him. Like, polished offensive scorer. He was a good player at Colorado State. Nope, he's going to somewhere else. Like,
I thought Colin Cowherd was going to Portland. And then I realized, I was like, no, it's going to Memphis. It's like, well, why the fuck is he wearing a Blazers hat?
Bro, it's just really, there's two sides of it. It's stupid visually, and it's just confusing to keep track of. Like, that's so, didn't like that. But yeah, so back to the Pelicans. I think Phil's going to join us in the room, so I'm not totally alone here like the Will Smith meme. Yeah, here comes Phil. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're tuning in just to hear me, I don't know why you do that. But we're just talking ball. So we'll go to the Pelicans pick. Phil's coming in right now. Jeremiah Fears. Small guard, frail, can't shoot. Great attacking the rim. Doesn't play defense. That's your number 7 pick. Interesting. Definitely question marks there. I feel like people had him mocked going later, like in the teens. I've had moments to watching college basketball this year where I like Jeremiah Fears a lot. Like, there's a game versus Kentucky where he just goes toe-to-toe with them. Like, it's just 1-on-5, basically. Mm-hmm. He was awesome. But he's like a 28% shooter from 3. That's not going to work. Yeah, guys can become better shooters, of course. Like, you can work at it. But he's also frail, and there's defensive question marks. I don't really know what the Pelicans are doing.
He's playing alongside Jordan Poole, who's taking every shot.
Correct. So yeah, we'll get into the trade, which comes up in a little bit. We're just gonna kind of go down the list. Yeah. The Nets start off their pick. They had 5 picks or 4?
The Nets had 5.
Nets had 5. This is the only guy I know who they took.
Igor,
BYU, gifted freak. Like a 6'9", true 6'9". I think it's like even 6'9 3/4 point guard. Russian.
He can't shoot or play defense.
Can't shoot, and he's slow. But he's, like, vision-wise, special, gifted, like, can really run the floor.
Surprised we haven't, like, 6'9". Surprised we haven't heard, like, Russian Magic Johnson.
Well, like, I think they're trying to make him, like, into a Halliburton type situation, right? Like, they're trying to mold. They're trying to do that, but he's not as athletic as Halliburton.
No.
So, but he's, like, there's a lot to like here, but, like, at the end of the day, he's a project.
Yeah.
You gotta really develop this kid. And that's your pick at 8. Okay, great. 9 is Colin Murray Boyles, who immediately says fuck when he gets drafted. I think he had eventually clarified it, which I didn't hear the clarification, but I think he was like, fine going to Toronto. His girlfriend on the other side, visibly distraught having to go to Canada.
Yes.
She's not.
Has to go through customs, just leave the country.
She just like clearly has a good, Chloe
Kitts. And Stephen Shea thought it was Megan making money. Would have been a shocker to find out Mr. Making Money was actually on the Toronto Raptors.
That would be something. I also saw a clip of Colin Murray Boyle shooting threes in a warm-up, and I think he made one of them going around the whole horn. Good defensive guy, though. From everything I understand in South Carolina, they were an elite defensive team, and he was a pivotal part of that. And so, yeah, if you're going defense, I don't really know what the Raptors are another team with no vision.
They just always have the clunkiest fits. Like
we've given them we swindled them with the trade. Then they extended RJ and IQ, not good. And Scotty Barnes I've never been too big of a fan of. And now you got Colin Murray Boyle. So good luck to the Raptors. Number 10, Malowatch goes. Stephen Shea thought he was asleep.
Sleeping.
I just don't know how you think he was asleep. He had his head down. He clearly was just like thanking God and like soaking in the moment. Shea thought he was asleep. The replies to Shea's tweet were great.
So the Suns went into this draft pretty much with like only shooting guards on their roster and then like Nick Richards. So obviously we knew they're taking a center. But then after this, they traded pick 29 and then their only tradable first round pick in 2029, which is like the least favorable.
Amazing they still had one left.
Yeah, it's amazing they still had one left. It's like least favorable like Utah, Minnesota, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Which is like 4 years down the line. Like, it's whatever. They traded for Mark Williams, who couldn't get traded 3 months ago because he was hurt.
Right.
So
now they're sending them off. The Suns are just building centers.
The Hornets somehow managed to get two first-round picks for Mark Williams.
I get the emphasis because the Suns were dealing with like Nurkic for a while and just getting bullied on boards and defense and had no rim protection. And I think Malowatch is going to be awesome.
No, Malowatch is a good pick. I just don't understand like why.
Mark Williams' side of it
really
doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, they're clearly putting emphasis on the front line. Who is their coach? They took the other coach, the other Bulls assistant, right?
I mean, they fired Bud.
I believe they took because we thought they were going to take.
They didn't take Johnny Bryant.
We thought they were going to take Bryant. They took the other assistant.
Jordan Ott.
I think it's that guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Cavs, not Bulls. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jordan Ott. All right. So they're clearly at least that's a plan. At least, right? Like, all right. Hey, you know what? We have a big problem that we have just blatantly ignored and neglected for years. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be tall. Cool. All right. 11. Cedric Coward. Traded to Memphis from Portland. Hand up. I don't know much about Cedric Coward, and it's because he was on Eastern Washington for a few years, and then he played 6 games for Washington State. And I was wondering, because I watch college basketball a lot, like too much. Like more than I think most people would assume I watch, because obviously you view me as a baseball guy. I watch a lot of college basketball. I don't know who this guy is, and there's a reason it's because he only played 6 games. So it made total sense. If he played a whole year and I didn't know him, that was confusing.
The Grizzlies usually do.
People do like him, though.
The Grizzlies usually do hit on their draft picks. They're good at finding value. It's just going to be a funny sight seeing Coward on the back of a jersey.
It's a tough jersey to buy.
It's a tough jersey. I'm only going to get
jersey to like give to your kid for Christmas. If he becomes a good guy, like here's your Coward jersey. Like
it doesn't pass the name test.
Yeah. 12. Noah Essen.
Got to quit on his team.
Yeah, he just quit on. He's just. I was rooting. He wasn't gonna go undrafted, but boy, would have been funny if he didn't get taken in the first round. And he just left his team in the dust for nothing. It's tough to pretend I know anything about this guy. He played in France. Yeah, he had minimal numbers, but a lot of guys who like get drafted in the NBA in the first round, who come over from those types of leagues, they're not putting up 20 and 10. That's just like Luka's numbers. I think in his final year before he came over weren't like, oh my God, Luka Doncic. It's just not how that kind of works. 13 is where shit really.
The Pelicans.
We can spend a half an hour on this pick.
The Pelicans just don't. Joe Dumars is Joe Dumbass. Like, it doesn't know what he's doing.
Derek Queen is a nice player.
Yeah.
He killed me in our March Madness thing. Me and Tommy had Colorado State, and then Queen hits the buzzer beater. An amazing buzzer beater. And he's a very good player. I'm curious to see if he plays with long sleeves in the NBA. That'll be an interesting thing to monitor. Really good player. Fun personality, too. Like, just a good guy to have. They traded the 2026 unprotected first, which is either the
Bucks or theirs.
Bucks or theirs, whoever's worse. That's just the Hawks now. The Hawks got that.
Yeah,
Just for moving back 13 spots, something like that, 10 spots.
Yeah, it's a trade.
And imagine that conversation with the Hawks went very quickly. Why are you giving up an unprotected 2026 when the Bucks, if the Bucks trade Giannis, that could easily be the number 1 pick.
Or not only that, it's like you're the New Orleans Pelicans who won 20-something games.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Why do you think you're going to be good?
Right.
You're playing the West.
Are Jeremiah Fears, Jordan Poole, and Derek Queen transforming your team?
Like, what's the best?
Also, is Zion playing?
What's the best case scenario for the Pelicans with this pick? If that pick you gave Atlanta is like 13 next year?
I'll tell you, just Derek Queen better be awesome. That's what it comes down to. You better have fucking nailed Derek Queen.
He could be awesome next year, but it doesn't matter. Like, you're still going to suck.
Right. But I'm saying the only way you can even justify it is if you truly knew Derek Queen was your guy and you could really build around him. But at the same time, though, like, New Orleans, like, is doing half measures here. Like, Zion's still on the team. So they're not starting from scratch. And that actually wouldn't even make sense if you're trading 2026.
I was going to say, you're not.
So, like, they're trying to do, like, this reload situation, right, with Fears and Poole and Derek Queen. I don't know, man. In the West, I don't know if I'd be reloading if I was New Orleans. Like, I would just be trading everyone and holding on to that 2026 pick and then hoping in 2026 you
I wouldn't be trading any of my picks when I'm literally one of the worst fucking teams.
Right. It's an asinine trade. It's a trade that you just, like, you make no heads or tails of it. And if you're the Hawks fan, you just fucking. I already kind of liked. I said this yesterday. I like what the Hawks have going for them. It's like, okay, you're getting Jalen Johnson back. You've got pieces already. The defensive. I'm bad with names. Who's the defensive star for them that kills?
Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels has become a star. A budding defensive star for them. Richardson showed some nice signs. You still have Trae Young. You got KP in there. You're going to win some games. And now it doesn't even matter. Actually, like, you can't even fuck yourself if you're the Hawks and, like, be a 6 seed or whatever because your pick is the Bucks or the Pelicans now. It's a great situation to be for a Hawks. If you're a Hawks fan, you're ecstatic.
The Hawks won the draft last night. They had the best outcome. It really just comes down to what I said the other day. It's like there are teams in the league that only exist to just be dumb. Like the Trailblazers taking on Drew Holiday, just bail Boston out. The Pelicans only exist to just make, like, other teams better.
Yeah, it was a stunning move. It was almost like when it came up, you thought the graphic was wrong or whatever. Bizarre. Carter Bryant, drafted by the. Oh no, so he is a
Spur.
Or that's in the Hawks. By all means, a good fit for them. Another good piece for them.
I like him.
Arizona kid.
Not a fan of their other alumni, but a fan of him.
Fair. This got confusing where Thomas Sorber was going. I thought he was. So he is a Thunder.
Yes.
He's automatically his career set. He's going to be a really good player because the Thunder recognize that he's a prospect worth drafting.
He's probably like their backup plan once, like Hartenstein's.
I don't know much about him. I really like, but by all means, everyone on Twitter seemed to really like the Thomas Sorber pick. I like it solely because the Pelicans recognize that he's worth drafting. So that's just going to work out. 16 was the night of the pick of the draft. Young Hansen.
Or Hansen Young, however you pronounce it.
I believe it's Jan Hansen. I love this man. He was projected to go in the middle of the second round. He's a 7'2" center. He was just sitting in the stands. He was ordering a hot dog, probably. And then all of a sudden, the little sass meme just became real life, where he just got drafted. A camera came in his face, and boom. He was 60. Not like he was the 25th pick, the 28th pick.
The borderline lottery.
He nearly was a lottery pick. He was sitting in the stands. How does that happen?
He probably bought his own ticket, too. That's the other part of this.
Right. That's what I said in my blog. He's like, yeah, he probably had to pay to be there. No one had – people sitting around him, like, in those first 15 picks, had no idea. I mean, he's 7'2", so maybe you're starting to ask questions. And I think he had some family around him, but he's just sitting in the stands. He's a 7'2". He's Chinese Jokic, they said.
That's such a funny nickname.
And his highlights are – the first clip – of the highlight is him throwing an alley-oop to himself off the backboard for a dunk. And there's
where do we get the Chinese Jokic from if he's throwing alley-oops to himself?
He's a back-to-back Rookie of the Year winner in the CBA over there. Back-to-back. I don't know how you do that. I don't know if it's a typo.
9-3 standing reach.
This might be, if he wins Rookie of the Year, 3 Rookie of the Year awards. That would be impressive.
The thing I hate is that when he's wearing a Grizzlies hat. So in my mind, I was like, oh, it's him and Edie together. And I was like, no, he's going to fucking Portland.
No, he's going to Portland. Portland is now clearly. I was hitting on their vision because of the Drew Holiday trade, which I stand by. Idiotic.
It's still dumb either way.
But now, clearly, what they're doing is you're going Point Hansen, you're going Sharp at the 2, Time Lord at the 3, Kling Kong at the 4, and there's one other guy who's their other center. Oh, DeAndre Ayton.
I think Aiden's getting moved.
You're going 4 centers. No, Portland's, they're revolutionizing basketball. 4 centers and Sharp. And then scoot off the bench, and good luck stopping them. You're not getting a single rebound. Those guys are going to maul you on defense. They're going to block every shot, and then Sharp's going to score 35 a game.
Aiden is an expiring $35 million. Teams need centers. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers find a way to just get him.
I forgot Robert Williams was still playing basketball. Never mind on their team.
They just have too many centers on their roster. It's someone's getting moved.
But this pick was great. Supposedly, they talked about it afterwards. They've known about him and wanted to take him for 2 years. This Hansen guy, just marinating over there. Somehow, a second-round pick projected goes 16 overall. I loved every part of it. Funny enough, in my group chat with my friends, I get a text from my buddy 2 hours before. He goes, I'm going to watch the draft. I'm going to gamble on it a little bit. Okay, what do you like? Jan Hansen, first-round pick, plus 115. Who is Jan Hansen? He goes, exactly. How is he plus 115? Makes sense. He goes 16th overall. I shit myself. My fiance was sitting next to me, and I was crying, tears just going down my face as Jan Hansen is.
It's not like you got picked. It's like you got picked 26, 27, borderline.
He didn't have to sweat that bet at all. He got that in the six. He was nearly a lotto pick. I wonder what Jan Hansen be a lotto pick was. And those guys, that's a bad beat. Man, that made my whole. That made the draft was relatively boring before the Pelicans trade and all that. The Hansen stuff made it so perfect.
It's one of the funnier draft ones because you're never gonna see a guy literally get picked from the stand.
I want his jersey.
I want his merch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another part. He sells his own merch. He has his own merch.
Yeah.
Where it's he's young and handsome or something. I think the letters that get added to the shirt. I love him. He's gonna be really fun to take to root for. One, Summer League guy. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to watch him in Summer League. 2, when the Blazers are down 30 in one of those West Coast games in the middle of the NBA season, and the fourth quarter starting, and I take the Blazers plus 34.5, just
He had 7-1 monster,
and I'm just rooting for it's Hansen time, and he just goes nuts, and they lose by 20. I'm excited for that. 17.
Never watch this guy play.
Yeah, no. He's a French guy. Joan Berenger goes to the Pistons. He's a center. Good luck. 18 was fun. Walter Clayton Jr. He goes to the Jazz.
Again, thought he was going to Washington, but
thought he was going to Washington. I think before he went on his March Madness run, people viewed Clayton as a second-round pick. He did a whole lot for himself in that run, getting him up to 18. Your prototypical score first point guard, leader, finds his own shot. We'll see how it translates in the NBA, but boy, was it fun to watch during March Madness. I want Walter Clayton Jr. to be good. That would be a fun development. 19 to pick. The Nets pick again. Some French guy from some guard from France, Nolan Traore.
Heard of him.
Good luck. You'll never see that guy play. 20, interesting spot for the Heat. They get Kasparis from Illinois, who is a really fun guy to watch. I'm curious. They think they worry about his turnovers a little bit, but you watch him play, NBA guy, polished NBA ready guy. Honestly, thought he should go a little higher than this.
I thought he could have been a lottery. I honestly went to the Bulls at 12, wouldn't have batted an eye.
It's a fun pick for the Heat. It's kind of what they need, ball handling.
It's like a prototypical Heat pick where it's you're gonna look up and it's he's 5th in Rookie of the Year voting.
I'm telling you, they're go back and watch his Illinois highlights. They're a lot of fun.
I think he smokes hated it because he doesn't know basketball, but
why does he have a reason?
I don't know. He hates them, I guess. He wanted Walter Clayton, who was 2 picks behind him.
I mean, there's a lot to like more about Clayton. I mean, about Jakudis than Clayton. Also, like a bigger dude in general. I think they worry about his defense a little bit.
Yeah.
But like shooting, passing, ball handling, all there. So, and he's got size. 21, Will Riley. Hand up, I don't really know much about him, but he's going to the Wizards, so good for the Wizards. Drake Powell goes to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the Nets. Not really. We'll talk about the Nets as a whole once we wrap this up. Asa Newell. So this is what the Pelicans get after the trade with...
Good trade to the Hawks.
Sorry, this is what the Hawks get after the trade with the Pelicans. And it, from all intents and purposes, it looked like this guy could have gone earlier.
They could have took him at 13.
This is a guy they wanted at 13, so they end up just getting a 2026 pick, unprotected for free, essentially.
Still getting the guy they wanted.
They got the guy they wanted.
And he went to Georgia.
Right. Just a master. Oh, right. Yeah, a little home quick. Masterclass of a trade by the Hawks. Just a clear winner of the night, I feel like, besides the Hansen family. Clifford from Colorado State goes to the Kings.
Good for Neely.
I thought initially he was going to the Thunder. That one was where the hats really confused me. But he is polished, NBA ready, scorer, like all three levels. Fun guy to watch. He'll likely just rot in Sacramento. He would have been fun off the bench of the Thunder, but not so fun for the rest of the NBA.
Before we get to the Magic pick, I just want to say that it's so good seeing their logo the way it is. Like, that's such a better logo than the old one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that till just now. Jace Richardson goes there from the Nuggets. He went to Michigan State. Jason Richardson's kid. Mm-hmm. He's fun. He can finish at the rim. I think he was coming off the bench. I don't know if he ended up starting towards the end of the year. I think he might have, but he was coming off the bench like a 6-man role for them for a long time, and it was just like so clear he was one of the best players on the team. I like Jace Richardson a lot. That's a fun instant offense piece for them. Also, he will win a dunk contest at some point. Not even just because he's Jace Richardson's kid. That kid has hops. But he's a fun instant offense guy off the bench for the Magic. Good pick there. The Nets go Ben Saraf from Israel. Nice.
The broadcast called him Israeli D'Angelo Russell. So, I don't know if you want to be comped to D'Angelo Russell.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Danny Wolf was crying his eyes out in the green room before, I think as he was falling. I think thought he was going to go higher. He goes to the Nets as well. Danny Wolf's brother was crying even more than Danny Wolf. That was kind of odd. Very emotional moment for the Wolves, but he goes to the first round. He doesn't have to wait till today. The Celtics take Hugo Gonzalez from Spain.
Just draft and stash.
I have no idea. Liam McNeely took a bit of a fall. Kid I like from UConn. Mush seems to hate him. I love his offensive game. UConn season kind of derailed the moment that kid got hurt. I think he missed like all of January, something like that, maybe February. McNeely's good. That's he's on Charlotte. That's a nice little pick for Charlotte to get a 29. The thing is, it's Charlotte. I would like all of Charlotte's team. I would like what they're doing if LaMelo Ball wasn't on the team. I really just don't think they can go anywhere with LaMelo Ball.
That's like the one team I'll always look at and be like, don't just never be good. Like I said, they were the Bobcats with like one playoff appearance. Like, I'll never look at the Charlotte Hornets and be like, oh, they can make some noise.
I like their picks, but it's just like it's not going to go anywhere with LaMelo. I'd be stunned if that team won 35, 40 games. It's just not happening.
I'd be stunned if they win like 25 games.
And I like Con Kneppel.
I like Con Kneppel. I think
else.
And then he'll probably get salary dumped elsewhere, like in his third or fourth year, and then hit a second gear in like say Memphis or like a team that's actually good at developing.
Yeah. And then to round it out, the
Clippers.
Oh, it's the Clippers. I'm looking at it very small. They take the Niederhauser kid from Penn State, who, whenever I bet on Penn State, he did good things from what I remember. Block shots, rebounds, which is an interesting guy.
30th pick in a draft.
Feels like a Clippers, pick. So, but yeah, to round out the Nets situation. So that's really, because the Nets came in here, we thought big night for the Nets franchise, right? They have this documentary. I think it's a 9-part documentary following their draft process. Mm-hmm. They got 5 picks. They go with Igor, Demon, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, Ben Saraf, Danny Wolf. What the fuck is that?
And like going into this, like I even said, it's like they have like 2 NBA players on the roster. They could easily roster 5 rookies. Like,
so yeah, it's becoming apparent, and I think I saw this, that they were telling their interviewers, like their players interviewing, like, you're playing on this team.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, this is a tank year.
It's become, what are their picks next year is my question.
Let me look it up.
Because
remember, the Rockets gave them this pick back so they could have, I think, the Suns picks. I forgot how that trade worked.
Based off these picks, they don't want to win any games next year.
Nets draft picks.
So I'm very curious. Like, are they loaded next year?
Brooklyn Nets future first round picks. For 2026, they have their own pick, which is the most important one, and that's literally it.
That's it?
And then 2027, they have the Knicks pick, and 2027 they have the Knicks, the Sixers, and their own. But
I would think
Houston has the right to swap with them in 2027 still.
Damn.
So, like, I mean, they
That's crazy to me. Like, I don't like. You saw this year, lotto teams, like high lotto teams, like the Wizards got fucked, the Nets got fucked.
Yeah.
So like, you're just hoping
the lottery balls go your way one year.
Like, I would think they'd have multiple lotto picks based off of what we're seeing here. Like, I don't know, man. And if I'm Jordy Fernandez, I'm not happy. Like, that's a good coach. Like, they won more games this year than they should have.
Which, I mean, is a bad thing because they probably should have lost more.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you're going to be wasting that guy. I don't know. Like, I don't hate Danny Wolf. I don't think he's probably fast enough to work in the NBA, but he's fun offensively. And Igor's a project, but they're probably going to, I mean, are they going to fetch a first rounder for Claxton?
Claxton will definitely get a first round.
Okay, so maybe you can get 2 lotto picks then?
Maybe.
Maybe?
The thing when it comes to with like hoarding draft picks, why I always get mad at Clemmer is getting draft picks is the easiest thing an executive could do. Yeah, anyone can take on a bad contract, like the Terrence Mann deal. Like, all you have to do is show up and talk about, we'll take that bad contract, give us pick 22.
Yeah.
Making the pick is the hard part. And if you go through like Sean Marks's like history with Brooklyn, he doesn't have like the best draft history because remember when he like rebuilt the Nets, he had to do it without draft picks because Boston had all them.
Right.
So going back to 2016 was his first year, didn't have first round pick. He had Marcus Peterson to Utah. 2017, Jared Allen, that's the one he hit on. And then like the ones after that, Zan and Musa, Karuk sucks.
You didn't like Musa?
No. He did take Claxton in the second round. That's a hit.
But like, I don't know, man. I expected
Thomas,
better. Like,
Edwards.
not as much like, hey, what the fuck do I know about Nolan Traore? Like, he could end up being a good player, 6'4" point guard. Like, Ben Saraf, I don't know, man. Maybe he's a sharp shooting point guard, 6'6". Danny Wolf could end up, I don't know. But I expected them to use some of these picks to move up.
Exactly. I wonder.
That's the disappointing
I bet
part.
They tried, but maybe teams like had a high asking price. Maybe they tried to get more picks. But
to be fair, I guess the Hawks asking price to move down was a 2026 unprotected. So like, maybe the prices were.
Maybe they tried to move up to 13, and it was like, well, we'll just take this pick next year.
We want all your picks in next year. No, okay. So yeah, that could be the case, but I don't know, man. If you're a Nets fan out there, and I don't know many, but you gotta be pretty disappointed.
Wintour said like on TV today, it's like executives around the league are texting him laughing about what the Nets did last night.
Yeah,
that's not always a good thing.
It's tough, man. I don't know. So yeah, my big winners of the night, the Hansen family for sure, who just stumbled into the first round pick. It's got to be obviously the Mavericks, and you're once again reminded of how fucking lucky Nico Harrison is, because they were screwed after the Luka trade, and then they were just gifted this restart or like reload in a way.
A lot of rebuilding is lottery luck, like I said. The Spurs ended up looking themselves into Victor Wembanyama in the second overall pick. The Pistons, obviously, like they've had like bad like draft luck recently, but they ended up getting Cade Cunningham first overall. Yeah. The Timberwolves ended up getting Anthony Edwards first overall.
Yeah, but the timing of it with how you destroyed a franchise.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden now, I mean I think Greeny did blog like the fans watching.
They're never gonna like. They're never gonna like.
But there are definitely a large amount of fans who are like you now have Cooper Flag. Like it's gonna ease it. It's gonna make it better.
They'll like the players. They'll never like Nico.
Yeah.
Like, Nico will always be hated.
He did say in his press, he goes, "I hope this like gets them off my back." I said, no, it's probably not. But at the same time, like people are gonna go to you're not losing ticket sales. People are gonna go show up to watch Cooper Flag.
You'll lose international viewers.
Lose international.
You're not getting Slovenia or Lithuania watching.
You're losing that. Another part of the I'm obsessed with Hansen. As he's making his way to the stage, he daps up Rich Paul and thanks him. That's his agent. Rich Paul, when he wants things to happen in the NBA,
he'll make it happen.
It kind of happens. So that's kind of leading you how he became a lotto pick. FBI, my friend, does not know Rich Paul, so there's no collusion there. Trey Johnson pick I really like for the Wizards. I hate, obviously, the Pelicans are a giant loser, I think, tonight.
Pelicans are the biggest loser.
Despite taking Fears and Queen, who, are good, nice pieces, especially if you can get...
You just can't give up your own pick.
Giving that pick up is just asinine. There's just, other ways to do it, man.
You give up your own pick when you're an established, team.
Yeah. I honestly like what Phoenix did. I'm confused, obviously, with the Mark Williams stuff, but I love the Malowatch pick at 10.
I was talking with Harrison before, and he was like, Malo could be a top 5 pick in the past recent drafts.
When I watched him play at Duke, I thought why isn't this guy being considered top 5? Why isn't he considered even top 3? I get it, the shooting, whatever. He's more of just a traditional center, but that plays, man. And he's a good free throw shooter. Game can develop. Seems like a hungry kid too. I don't know. I very much am buying stock in Malowatch. I like what the Heat did with Kasparis. And obviously, the Blazers are the
also
winners.
Insane draft split up into 2 nights. We have the second round tonight.
That's crazy. Sorry, hey folks, sorry if you're a big fan of the we're not doing this for round 2 tomorrow. We'll do a few picks, but I'm not gonna be. If you're watching tonight, intently, round 1.
I wonder who the Knicks take at 50. We're probably not gonna. I will
get an update on my phone.
We'll end up trading the pick to not add salary. Probably.
So who are the best available? Is that? Let's see. Let's see anybody I reckon.
Last year just made sense because at least it was Bronny watch. There's no second round pick.
I'm very happy Kalkbrenner didn't become a first round pick. He didn't deserve to. That guy sucks. I hate Ryan Kalkbrenner. Chaz Lanier is a knockdown shooter from Tennessee. That's a fun one. John A. Broom, very old, but obviously you guys all know him from the run in March Madness. Tyrese Proctor, interesting point guard from Duke. He had a good year. Sion James, elite defender. Cam Jones is a fun one. He'll go somewhere in the mid to late second, but he's older. Kobe Bray is knocked down from Kentucky. Vlad Golden, the FAU transfer from Michigan, went to Michigan. He's just size. That kind of is who I recognize here. Oh, Tonje from Wisconsin. He's an interesting cat. So hey, if you're tuning in for this, God bless you. But yeah, we just did 40 minutes on the draft. Did you miss anything?
No, I was gonna say second night of the draft this is where the Reegs and Greenies of the world, more Reegs of the world, tune in.
100%. I am going to, with the Yankees off, I'm going to use this night to watch some TV shows and catch up.
Oh, the Mets played. Mets are the only night game on tonight.
You guys do play tonight?
We play the Braves.
Oh boy.
We're the only night game. Every baseball game today is during the day.
Oh boy. I guess we'll do some baseball.
We finally won a game last night.
You guys, we both did. Yeah, good for us. Avoided sweeps. Oh, I guess your game. You do have another one tonight.
We did avoid a sweep.
You did avoid a sweep. Max Fried was great for us. He is an ultimate stopper. He is an ace. He is everything you want as a 1. I still got a ton of questions with the offense. A few guys had big nights offensively. Dominguez with 4 hits. Trent, I think, had 4 hits too. Jazz with a bomb. You guys got a good pitching performance from Clay?
5. He kind of lucked into it.
I wasn't watching intently. I was drafting Yankees.
There was a walk every inning too.
It's the Clay Holmes experience.
His last 3 starts have been 5 innings. It's getting to that point where
you think he's tiring a little bit.
He's tiring. Also, it's the Braves. The Braves lineup also just wears him down too.
Yeah, for sure.
Next start will be versus the Brewers, so I guess that's better. But
you guys beat Diddy though. Good for you guys. There was a fascinating pitching matchup yesterday. One of my picks on here was the under first 5. I think Paul Skeens gave up 4 runs in the second inning or something against the Miz. Miz versus Skeens. Hopefully we see a bunch of those.
Knocked Skeens out after 4 innings.
That was, I believe, his shortest start of his career. At least this season. And the Miz is great.
Oh, he's
the Miz, He's gonna blow out his arm, unfortunately, just because it's how he throws and the max velo. Like you could just see it, and it sucks.
It's like pitching ninja compared to his mechanics to Jacob DeGrom. It's like, well, that's it's great that you're comparing him to DeGrom, and also at the same time, not great. Also,
man, the way he dots 102, it's just a fun watch. That's a guy you want to go out and see. 3-0 so far with a 1.13. You can't start your career better than he is. It's like Strasburg shit.
It's like what, he's allowed like 3 hits, like.
The strikeouts are there. The hits,
And the Brewers have been like red hot this month too. Like they're right on the fucking Cubs' ass. They're on.
Well, the Cubs also faltered a little bit too. But the Brewers and the Brewers have the Rockies this week. My biffle pick.
As I said, they took advantage. They're taking advantage of their easy stretch,
which they should, and that is kind of what the Brewers like to do, right? And then they come into the playoffs with some shiny record of 92 wins. Now I'll say this: they haven't had a guy like the Miz in a bit, so or like ever. So that they have a true bottom, and then Peralta behind them. Offense is always, I feel like, their problem, right? But Yelich is having a good year. Yelich got to stay healthy for
their whole lineup. There's a lot of good hitters, a lot of guys with OPSs in the 700s.
Yeah.
There's no like great one yet.
I'll say that though. Depth in the lineup is something they haven't had in a bit.
Yeah.
So like.
It's a very tough lineup to navigate when anyone can like
this is
there's no easy out.
This is an interesting playoff lineup to face. Like I would. It's annoying. It's a pesky. You even got like Durbin at the bottom. If he gets on base, he's on third with his.
He's been on fire the last like month too. Like
I don't love that.
Joey Ortiz is like the only like quote unquote easy out in that lineup.
Meanwhile, I got Devin Williams in that trade, who's basically saying he doesn't want to pitch more than an inning. Great. So we don't love that. But yeah, we both won.
DeGrom had a no-hitter through 7 innings and lost.
So a few people were saying it's the best he's ever looked.
Yeah.
Like dominant-wise.
There's a chance he can win Cy Young like this year.
Stay healthy, man. 8-2 with a 208, pretty good.
He has 8 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. He's finally getting support. Oddly enough, he's getting support from a Rangers offense that's been subpar.
Scoring, yeah.
Right. I've seen too much of investigate the 2023 Rangers.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. Red Sox get swept by the Angels.
3-6 since the Devers trade.
They've lost 5 straight. I said this before the Yankee game started, and obviously the Yankees are not, despite the win yesterday, avoiding a sweep to the Reds is not making me feel good, and they have a little bit of an easy stretch for the next week, but then July gets tough. But it's a further indictment to see the Yankees got bullied by the Red Sox in 5 of those 6 games where they played in back-to-back weeks. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, Devers is gone, sure, but take Devers out, you watch these Red Sox games, defensively they're still a mess.
You breathed life into a team that was dead. And that's how I feel with the Braves.
It's not even that. It's more just like you should be embarrassed of how you lost 5 games to this team. This team can't beat anybody.
We got swept.
Cubs, yesterday you were like when it was 2-0, you were like, any chance they keep this lead? And I was like, nope.
No. Same thing with Crochet.
You just have no confidence.
Crochet leaves.
Losing that Crochet game, it's just like, this team fucking sucks.
What's crazy, though, is when he got out after 7 and it was they only had 1 run on the board, you're like, they're not keeping this lead.
Yes.
It's just.
You can never feel confident with them. It's crazy.
No.
The Angels are now a 500 baseball team.
Angels, I don't know what Nito's. Did they ever come out with Nito's injury? Is this?
I think it's nothing structural. I think. I don't know.
That's important. He's having a great year, but the Angels
Christian Moore's lighting it up.
Christian Moore's been nice. Yeah.
They're a game and a half.
Kikuchi's had a very nice year.
Are the Angels gonna be a playoff team? I don't think so, but it's fun seeing.
No, but it's the most they've competed in a bit.
500 in June. It's a new bar for them.
Kikuchi 3-6 with a 2.79. How about that? Yeah, so that was
like I said with the Red Sox, the Mets got swept out of Braves last week. What did the Braves follow that up with? Losing 2 out of 3 to the Marlins. It's and then they just won the first 2 again versus us. How do you let this fucking team that clearly is not good just stomp all over you?
Yeah, we really did the same thing. Zach Gallen.
He's lost himself so much.
Holy moly, man!
Great dude, but
5 1/3, 5 runs, 8 hits.
The White Sox.
Homers for the White Sox. ERA's 5.75, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, his baseball savant does not back up.
No, and
it shows this is.
He's not missing bats either.
Oh my God, that's the bluest. Oh my goodness, it's like Orlando Magic blue. How blue that baseball savant pitcher. His pitching run value is 1 at the moment.
He's the worst qualified starter in baseball, I think.
Holy shit!
And someone said it's he's the name brand. Go get that guy at the deadline. It's that's why Rico's just always immediately goes.
What's
Go
funny
get
though
Zach
is he
Gallen.
carved both of us up this year.
Yeah, but how?
He started against the Yankees.
Think how it starts versus New York teams.
Destroyed
Think
us.
how it starts versus us. He's already like in the sevens probably.
Yeah. Honestly,
Most earned runs allowed, most walks in baseball this year. That's like
bad.
a
He
lot
only
of-
walked one yesterday, but he got tattooed. Do you? He's gone after this year, but maybe they're.
he has
Sorry for the D-backs. A team that doesn't have the most money in the world. There's Olive. A team that doesn't have the most money in the world has paid, Corbin Burns, and Carroll, but Carroll's on a team-friendly deal.
he
Kettle
also just fractures his hand too.
just fractures. I mean, their season's over.
Yeah, I mean they're finding ways like to win sometimes, but like we're not expecting them to be anything.
Unless we're talking like a freak thing, like what was it, 2022? What was their World Series year?
2023.
2023. Yeah, unless you're finding that, but how? Corbin Burns out for the year. You're getting the worst version of Gallen you've ever seen. They're 8.5 back in the division. Wild card. I'm sure they're
They're like right in the mix.
Yeah, but they're right in the mix for now. But like flash forward
A month from now.
fast forward a month and the deadline, they're
you
not.
also think to yourself, like, is it worth pouring resources into this team that just isn't going to win? Like
No, if anything, no. The right move is to
like
get resources back for
Yeah, like
Suarez, for a Gallen, for
and that's like the tough conversation you
Merrill
just have to
Kelly.
have, where it's like, yeah, you're in it, but are you in it? Like,
you're not trading Corbin Carroll, and you
No.
have him locked up, and that's huge. You
You're
have Corbin
trading-
Burns locked up. You're not going to get him next year.
you're
You don't know what
trading
gonna get.
Gallen, Kelly, Naylor, Suarez.
You said Naylor.
I don't even know who else they'd have, honestly.
Gurriel,
Yeah, probably.
maybe. But yeah, it's just a bad team. So I'm just curious what the move is with Gallen if you're actually, because you're not getting value back for
No,
Gallen.
you're getting like nothing.
It was even tough if he was having a good year to get back because it's only a half year. You're getting for
I
a half
think
year.
you're
control.
100% giving him the qualifying offer no matter what. Because at the end, it's like 1 year, 20-some million.
Would he take it? He might take it.
He might take it, but then there's no such thing as a bad 1 year deal. Then it's like, okay, maybe this is a year as a fluke. Gallen rebuilds his value next year.
So then you're not trading him then.
If you trade him, it has to be for a prospect that you equate to what a comp pick would be.
Okay.
That's the way you have to view it as.
So something like what Chapman got traded for Cole Reagans, something like that.
Yeah, like a team's like their 8th best prospect,
I was
maybe.
giving that up for this version of him though, where nothing is showing. Like it's not like you're trading for like a Will Warren type guy where all his analytics are like
Tell you
through the roof
positive
and showing
regression's
you,
coming.
dude, this guy's gonna be a horse for like a while.
The guy, his swing and miss stuff is down. His walks are
Yeah,
up.
it's just like not a guy like I would even take a gamble on.
The only like positive thing about him is he's making every start. Like he's eating
They
innings.
almost probably don't want him to at this point. They're more like, hey, dude, just like go on the IL for a month and figure this out. Brutal situation. Yeah. So today we got a bunch of day baseball. Hilarious that the Marlins going for a sweep of the Giants in San Fran. Like they win 2 or 3 against Boston. They get Devers, and all of a sudden the Marlins come in here and
It's not like the Giants have been that hot.
that game last night, by the way, the Giants, they get thrown out at home plate. Probably a guy they shouldn't have sent with 1 out. And then they actually almost had a walk-off grand slam. Adames misses it, goes to the wall. Giants, not a good 2 games here. Braves Mets tonight. Griffin Canning, Grant Holmes.
The Mets have to win. If you got at least split versus the fucking Braves.
Did they end up resuming that Rockies Dodgers game?
Yes, the the Dodgers ended up winning. I mean, it was after that drop pop.
How do you not call how is that tarp not on the field? Like, I know we all want to clown on the Rockies, and there's a funny Rockies moment. That's not even on the Rockies.
Did you see the news the Rockies had this morning?
No.
The Colorado Rockies announced that Greg Fiesel, their president and COO, will step down after the season. He'll be replaced by Walker Monfort, the owner Dick Monfort's son,
Incredible.
who will be executive vice president of the Rockies and assume full control of Fiesel's responsibilities in 2026.
Was he already in the organization?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's also,
I mean,
it's
at
like,
least, okay, that helps.
if your
a
last
little
name's
bit.
Monfort, you might have a chance of being GM.
That's awesome. Good for them. I wonder if we can access him via email now. Does he answer? Literally like Dick. Yeah.
There is one stat that TJ Stats tweeted. Good account. Team extra innings OPS. Do you want to take a guess what the Yankees is?
Say it again. What was it?
Extra inning OPS by a team.
100.
268.
Oh.
Worse than baseball. I think that's a given.
We don't do anything in extra. We don't move the ball. I'm starting to have nightmares. Part of my nightmares every night are just like watching.
Stats from your blog is like crazy. Like they just don't score in extra innings.
They don't move the runner. I would love to go back and see how many times they even move the runner to third. They moved the runner to third the other day because of a wild pitch, I'm pretty sure. And they score because of a wild pitch.
It's not like this is a small sample. It's like since 2020. It's like a 5-year sample of them being a road team in extra innings and not scoring.
A manager can only impact so much in baseball. We know this, right? It's probably the least a manager head coach does in the 4 major sports impact-wise. Where you come into play is extra inning strategy. That's actually where you put your stamp on. Like, oh, are you a bunt team? Are you, forcing guys to hit the ball to the right side? You're moving the run or whatever. Boone's been doing the same shit since 2020, and it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. They don't bunt. Start bunting, dude.
Do you think part of it is like maybe their lineup was like too right-handed over that stretch? So it's like you can't even like advance runner because no one's looking to go the other way?
Why can't you go the other way, though? Like, guys, go the other way. It's baseball.
It's like watching the College World Series, you realize like how much more a manager has an impact there. I think like they play small ball, they steal at the right time and everything. Where in the majors, it's just not that case.
Guys don't know how to guys don't know how to bunt.
Yeah,
everyone knows how to bunt in the College World Series.
Well, if you're a first-round pick or like even like a top like 3-round pick, you're not taught to bunt in the minor leagues. You're taught to fucking hit.
Especially too because you assume if you're like a good baseball player, that means in the minors you were hitting 3 at some point. So like you're not being asked to bunt in the minors either.
Like, do you think Aaron Judge ever had to bunt in his life?
No, and I'm not asking for Aaron Judge to bunt, but I want Oswald Peraza to know how to lay down a bunt.
That's a guy who should know how to bunt.
Like that's really what it comes down to.
Or like Austin Wells probably should know how to bunt.
I need Austin Wells to know how to bunt. I need Anthony Volpe to know how to bunt.
Anthony Volpe a guy with speed like that, he should know how to bunt.
It's terrible, man. It's just when they go to extras, it's they should be plus 300 and they're just not.
Also, the Reds are 29th in extra inning OPS and they are 343, so almost 100 points higher than the Yankees.
Brutal. I saw that stat come out. Most clutch players, or least clutch players. Soto was 1. Judge was 20. Makes sense.
Nemo was like 3.
Yeah, I kind of not surprised with Judge being there. It's just, although what's really confusing with Judge is he comes up yesterday and they show all his clutch stats and he comes with the bases loaded. And he strikes out, I think. But like all his clutch stats are phenomenal. But I guess we just remember the really bad ones, right? Like we remember coming up against the Red Sox, although he does homer off crochet, but I don't know, man. All his clutch stats are phenomenal. High leverage stats are great. He's hitting 360 or runners in scoring position. It's like, but like, why am I seeing the clutch stats then be really bad also?
I don't get how that's weighted either. Like,
it might be it. It might just be weighted poorly.
I don't know how you weight clutch. Like, I know we have runners in scoring position, like high leverage and low leverage stats.
2 outs, runner in scoring position, 7th inning or later is like probably what I'd look at heavily, but like that's also super specific.
It's also such a small sample. Like you're basically talking like one at bat here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have a trade? Look at that. The Lakers are moving up in the second round of the draft.
Well, they also
acquiring the 45th pick from the Bulls for number 55 in cash.
Austin Reeves just declined a 4-year, $90 million extension because he could opt out of his current deal and be a free agent next summer.
So he's going to do that. Yeah. Someone's going to give him a lot of money. Someone's going to regret giving him a lot of money, too. I'll say that.
I was going to like he's good right now because of his contract. Like, he's not a $100 million player.
No. I mean, did you see his impact in the playoffs? He was borderline point shaving.
And I think that's what you're going to see with like the new CBA. You're going to see teams actually have to like negotiate with these players. Like, you're not going to blindly give you a max contract.
Right, it used to be an auto max. Now, like, you just can't do that.
Like, even like Mikal Bridges, I don't think he's going to be offered a full 159.
No.
I think he'll probably get offered like 3 years, like 111 maybe.
I'm terrified of that.
I'm terrified of whatever contract he gets.
I don't want him on my team. So the Lakers are just paying money basically for this pick. That does happen with second round picks. You just buy second round picks.
They're the most like useless asset to have. Like when a team sends second round picks, you can always get them for free on fucking draft night.
Yep.
It's like the Suns got 5 second round picks for KD.
How about this though? The Lakers have triggered a second apron hard cap by sending out cash for that pick.
They could also
That's bizarre.
They probably could get under the apron like pretty easily though. Like just move a guy.
Yeah, I guess that would be so weird to just like accidentally get in the second apron because you just want to. Who do they possibly even want? Is there a big guy available? Like, can we just like pinpoint that right now? The Lakers obviously need height.
We check clutch clients.
Yeah, true. Raynaud from Stanford.
Kalkbrenner, maybe.
Honestly, maybe it is Kalkbrenner. Boy, would that be a mistake. I hope they draft Kalkbrenner. Johnny Broom, I don't think you want him. Dixon's undersized from Villanova. Golden, I don't think you're trading up to take Golden. Maybe it's a Stanford kid.
Maybe.
Maxime Raynaud, 7 foot, 230. I don't think that's the Lakers' answer for the center position. So yeah, we'll wrap up with picks here. We got through the draft. That was fun. Tomorrow, if we're doing a show, we're gonna do calls for sure. So if you're listening and you want to call in, talk about anything, any sport. We'll attack it. Maybe we'll do some football. Maybe we'll do some basketball, baseball. Do it all as we round out because we're gonna be off next week for summer break, which is still very funny when we get summer break. But yeah, we'll be all around the world. So we will go with picks. Meek, who do you like?
Juan Soto, 2+ bases, plus 120. He's
Juan
having
Soto, 2+ bases. Okay, they're facing Grant Holmes.
Yes.
Okay.
Walmart Kenny Powers.
Soto's on fire. Soto's going to end up with like 40 homers.
He's having one of the best months in Mets history, and we're 11-12. He's the only player.
That's the funny part with him, right? Like, so to start the year, he was...
It's why I said in May, I was like, when everyone was talking about Juan Soto, I was like, well, we're winning games. Would you rather us be winning games with Soto being Or would you rather be like 500 with Juan Soto being a monster?
Now you see your answer.
And now I say my answer. No, I'd rather be fucking winning games.
Yeah, 100%.
I could live at a 700 OPS if we're like 20 games over.
Brutal. So why do the Mets suck right now?
It's really a mix of everything. Like starting pitcher's not going deep. The bullpen, like someone just has the meltdown.
Is Lindor hitting?
He's not hitting. Alonso's like hit or miss. Like he started out June really hot.
Yeah.
It's really just the bottom of the order. Like after like McNeil, it's just guys that give you nothing. Like Beatty's starting to come around a bit.
Yeah,
Mauricio got his hits last night.
Yeah,
Tyron Taylor is. I don't expect Tyron Taylor to hit. I expect him to play defense. Like Tyron Taylor's fine to hit ninth. He hit sixth the other night. Like that's not who Tyron Taylor is.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I warned Clemmer. And you guys, it was like Vientos. You guys were still like penciling Vientos.
He's coming back today or tomorrow.
Sure. But like, he's got to be a different player than he was to start the year. He was bad.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you were penciling him in to help that heart of the order.
Yeah.
You don't get that, things start to fall apart.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
you have too many dead spots at the bottom of the order. It's like one, like, that's like a 8-pitch inning in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Phillies, Astros, a 2-10 start. Fun matchup. Christopher Sanchez against Hunter Brown, who's like just as lights out.
Oh, wait, they bumped Wheeler back a day?
That's what this says. DraftKings says.
Wow.
DraftKings app says Hunter Brown versus
Yeah,
Christopher
that's
Sanchez.
great. They make sense. They bumped Wheeler to the Braves series.
Okay, that would make sense. I'm gonna go Hunter Brown over 6.5 strikeouts, minus 115. He's such a fun pitcher to watch, and I hate that the Astros have just. Like,
I'm an idiot. Wheeler pitched last night.
Oh, okay. I hate that the Astros just have Justin Verlander 2.0. I'm gonna go Tigers run line minus 1.5, plus 128 with Dietrich Ends on the mound. Sure. And I'm gonna go Marlins plus 153. Jansen Junk against Hayden Birdsong.
Yep.
And you know what? I think there's gonna be runs in your game tonight, so I'm gonna go over 8.5 minus 119.
I say Kane's given up at least 4 in his last 3 starts.
Canning, Holmes. I'm gonna go over 8.5 in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my picks. Right. Liam, what do you got?
I actually love that over too.
Okay,
I agree.
so he's riding the over. We're gonna have some day baseball to watch here as we round out the first half of the Barstool year, and then we'll all be eyes on Braves Mets tonight, which I'm sure you hate.
And a dozen.
And the dozen tonight. Oh, good call.
I forgot about
Dozen, 7:30.
7:30. Whew. The 4 teams are Dave's team, Kirk's team,
Experts,
where Walker's never won. So will Walker ever win?
I think everyone just, I feel bad for Fran and PFT because it's just so easy to root against Brandon.
True.
Oh, and the Booze Ponies.
Oh, the Booze Ponies, who are always electric. Fun times. What's that? You can go to
7:30.
House of Blues in Fenway?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Fantastic. So, yeah, tune into that. That'll be going 7:30. You got Mets Braves, and you can catch up on some shows afterwards. It's a light sports night, and obviously the second round of the NBA draft because Adam Silver thinks you should care about that. That's the show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you back here tomorrow. Later.
Sweet.